What places on Earth look so unreal, they make you wonder if God outsourced the design job? Forget ordinary travel spots. These are places on Earth that look completely unreal. Bleeding trees, burning craters, colored lakes, hidden caves, and deserts shaped like giant eyes. Let's get straight into the strangest places on Earth. Kawah Ijen Volcano, Indonesia. Before the sun fully rises, Kawah Ijen already feels awake. A pale sea of cloud rolls across the crater, hiding and revealing the turquoise lake below, like a secret breathing under stone. The rim cuts sharply through the mist, dark volcanic slopes dropping toward water that looks too bright to belong in such a harsh place. Steam rises from the crater floor, spreading through the cold air with a strange, poisonous beauty. Every ridge feels carved by heat, wind, and pressure from deep inside the earth. At about 2,386 meters high, Ijen does not feel peaceful in a gentle way. It feels alive, ancient, and powerful enough to make every step quieter. The lake glows like a jewel, but everything around it warns you not to trust the color. Smoke pours from the crater walls, drifting over gray rock, yellow sulfur, and steep paths carved into the mountain. Closer to the edge, it feels dangerous and unreal. This is one of the world's most acidic crater lakes, shaped by heat, minerals, and volcanic gas. Before dawn, Ijen is also famous for blue flames, where burning sulfur gas creates an almost supernatural light. For the sulfur miners who work here, this beauty is also labor, risk, and survival. Beauty here is not soft. It burns, chokes, shines, and stays in the memory. Riche structure, Mauritania. The Sahara seems to open one enormous eye in the middle of nowhere. From above, the richest structure spreads across the desert in giant, circular bands, each ring fading from rust red to pale gray and dusty gold. The pattern feels too perfect for such an empty place, as if someone carved a signal into the sand for the sky to read. Around it, the landscape stretches flat, broken only by rocky ground and tiny vehicles that make the scale feel impossible. Known as the Eye of the Sahara, this formation reaches nearly 40 kilometers across. On the ground, the mystery becomes harder to understand. The perfect eye, seen from above, turns into rough stone, dry ridges, cracked earth, and endless heat pushing toward the horizon. People walking across it look almost lost inside a pattern too large to recognize from human height. Scientists now believe the Richat structure is not a meteor crater, but an ancient geological dome, slowly exposed by erosion. That truth makes it even stranger. Nothing here feels dramatic in a loud way. The desert simply holds its secret, vast, silent, and impossible to fully see. Verir Geothermal Area, Iceland. The ground here does not feel solid. It feels alive beneath your boots. At Verir, the earth opens in pale blue scars, rust-orange stains, and grey mud pools that tremble under thin crusts of mineral soil. Steam rises straight from the ground, sometimes soft as breath, sometimes thick enough to swallow the hills behind it. The landscape looks stripped of life, yet every color seems powered from below. This geothermal field sits by Namafjall in northern Iceland, close to the Krafla volcanic system, where heat from deep underground pushes gases and boiling water toward the surface. Every step feels like walking across a warning. The mud bubbles quietly, then spits. White steam bursts from small cones and drifts over yellow sulfur ground, leaving the air sharp and metallic. Visitors stand far back on marked paths, tiny against the open brown slopes and smoking vents. In places like this, temperatures can climb close to 100 degrees Celsius, hidden beneath ground that looks almost calm. Verir is not beautiful in a gentle way. It feels ancient, restless, and strange, as if Iceland is letting you hear the planet breathe through cracks in its skin. Danakil Desert, Ethiopia. The desert here does not look dead, it looks chemically alive. Across the Danakil, the ground burns in yellow, green, rust, and white, as if the earth has been cracked open and painted by heat. Acid pools sit in shallow basins, steam lifts from the flats, and the horizon wavers under a brutal sun. Camels, trucks, and tiny human figures make the landscape feel even more hostile, almost too harsh to belong to this planet. In Ethiopia's Afar Depression, parts of this land sink more than 100 meters below sea level, where beauty survives in extreme heat and salt. This place feels less like a desert and more like a warning disguised as color. Bright mineral pools glow beside crusted salt, while strange vents breathe smoke into the empty air. The surface changes from golden stone to black volcanic ground, then back to pale flats that stretch toward nothing. Roads cut through the heat, but the land still feels untamed, older than any map. For generations, Afar salt caravans cross this region, carrying blocks of salt through one of the hottest inhabited places on Earth. The Danakil is fierce, surreal, and impossible to soften. Korhan Salt Lake, China. Green takes over before the desert can explain itself. Korhan Salt Lake spreads out in bright mineral water, cut by pale salt roads that run straight through the surface, like paths across another planet. The white crust breaks into soft edges, rings, and powdery banks, while the lake shifts from milky jade to sharp turquoise under the open sky. This is the heart of Qinghai's Kaidam Basin, a high, dry world where evaporation leaves crystals behind. Korhan is China's largest salt lake, covering about 5,856 square kilometers, and its beauty feels carved by silence, sun, and salt. The farther you go, the less real the landscape feels. A narrow causeway stretches across green water, with salt piled along its sides like frozen foam. Small figures and vehicles shrink against the endless flats, making the lake feel calm but enormous. In places, white patterns spread over the surface like frost, then dissolve into clear emerald pools. Korhan is also famous for the Wanjiang Salt Bridge, a road of compacted salt stretching roughly 32 kilometers across the lake. Here, crystal, water, and desert become one strange, magical world that seems to glow from within. Dargavs, Russia. The valley feels peaceful until you realize every stone house is a grave. Dargavs climbs the green hillside like a village that stopped breathing centuries ago. Its dark-roofed crypts facing the cold Caucasus air in absolute silence. The river below keeps moving, but up here, everything feels held in place. Grass, stone, cloud, and memory. Nearly 100 burial houses stand in this city of the dead, some said to be more than 400 years old. The beauty is unsettling, because the closer you walk, the more the mountains seem to lower their voice. Mist makes Dargavs feel less abandoned than waiting. The old crypts press against the slope, their black roofs soaked by weather, their doorways opening into darkness. Inside, traces of human remains still connect this place to the Ossetian families who once buried generations here. Legends warned that anyone entering the valley might never return, and during epidemics, isolation turned that fear into something painfully real. Far from the noise of cities, with only wind moving over the tombs, curiosity becomes a shiver that stays under the skin. Hawaii Volcanoes National Park, United States. The earth feels alive here, breathing fire through its own broken skin. Kilauea opens as a vast dark crater, with smoke rolling from its rim and red lava glowing beneath the ash-black surface. At night, the land turns molten orange, pouring in slow, dangerous rivers across hardened rock. Near the coast, steam rises where lava meets the ocean, as if the island is still being forged in front of you. Hawaii Volcanoes National Park protects landscapes shaped by both Kilauea and Mauna Loa, rising from sea level to over 4,100 meters at Mauna Loa's summit. No silence here feels empty, it feels charged. People stand at a distance while fountains of lava burst upward, throwing fire into grey smoke and making the black ground pulse with heat. Farther away, fresh lava cuts through old fields, leaving thin glowing lines across a world of dark stone. The ocean keeps striking the coast, but the volcano answers with steam and flame. In Hawaiian tradition, this is the realm of Pele, the volcano goddess feared and honored for creating land through destruction. Standing here, beauty feels raw, ancient, and violently alive. Darvaza Gas Crater, Turkmenistan. The desert looks empty until the earth opens its burning eye. In daylight, the crater sits alone in the Karakum, a dark oval cut into pale sand, with orange flames flickering around its broken rim. A lone figure on a dune and a distant camp make the emptiness feel larger, almost hostile. Heat seems to rise from below the crust itself. Darvaza became famous after a Soviet-era drilling accident in the early 1970s left natural gas burning underground. Nearly 70 meters wide, it turns the flat desert into something sacred, unnatural, and deeply unsettling at once. After dark, the crater stops being scenery and becomes a threat. Flames climb out of blackness, flare against the walls, and throw human silhouettes into sharp orange edges. The rim glows like metal in a furnace, yet beyond it, the desert remains calm, with camels grazing under harsh sun and vehicles cutting through dust by day. That contrast makes the place feel even stranger. Locals and travelers call it the gateway to hell, not because it is hidden, but because it burns openly in silence. Here, fire does not destroy the landscape, it becomes the landscape. Vatnajökull Glacier, Iceland. The glacier swallows sound before it swallows the horizon. Inside the blue ice caves, a single explorer looks tiny beneath frozen arches that glow like glass from another world. The walls bend in smooth waves, trapping pale light inside layers of ancient ice. Outside, the land turns dark and raw, with black volcanic ground pressing against white glacier tongues and meltwater winding through the valley. Vatnajökull covers around 8,000 square kilometers, making it Europe's largest glacier. Here, Iceland feels unfinished, as if fire and ice are still arguing over the shape of the Earth. This is where cold becomes beautiful enough to stop you. Broken ice floats across water, glowing blue against gray skies, while the glacier stretches beyond the lagoon in heavy ridges and deep cracks. Some icebergs look soft as clouds, others sit sharp and wounded, carved by wind, water, and time. Beneath Vatnajökull, active volcanoes still sleep under the ice. The silence feels pristine, but not gentle. It feels immense, ancient, and alive beneath your feet. Abuna Yematagu Church, Ethiopia. Faith here begins with fear in your hands. The path climbs straight into red sandstone, past narrow ledges, carved openings, and cliffs that drop into the dry Tigray landscape below. Pilgrims and travelers pull themselves upward on rough rock, sometimes with nothing but fingers, bare feet, and nerve. Then the church appears inside the mountain, hidden behind stone like a secret. Abuna Yamata Guh is believed to date back to the 5th century, and reaching it means climbing more than 200 meters above the valley. By the entrance, the silence already feels sacred. Inside, the danger outside turns into stillness. Low cave rooms hold painted saints, ancient faces, crosses, and warm candlelight against stone walls darkened by time. Priests in white robes stand beside icons and old manuscripts, while the cliff waits just beyond the doorway, like a reminder of the climb. The murals here are among Ethiopia's remarkable rock-hewn church paintings, preserved high above the desert for centuries. Every breath feels careful. After the exposed ledges and vertical rock, this small sanctuary feels impossible, not built to impress the world, but to lift the soul away from it. Shibam City, Yemen. Out of the desert, Shibam rises like a city pressed from sunlight and earth. The mud towers crowd together behind old walls, their pale faces glowing above the dry valley as if the whole settlement has grown straight from the rock. From the hills, the town looks almost impossible. Tall earthen blocks, packed tight in the middle of open brown land, with mountains holding the horizon. People move along dusty roads, past repaired walls and quiet gates, while the afternoon light turns everything amber. Built as a walled city in the 16th century, Shibam still carries the calm weight of centuries. Inside the walls, height becomes part of daily life. The streets narrow under mud brick towers, rising several floors above the ground, their small windows catching thin strips of sky. Doorways open into shaded rooms where people gather, work, pray, and keep old rhythms alive. Shibam's buildings can reach up to 7 stories, earning it the name Manhattan of the Desert, though nothing here feels modern or loud. Fresh mud is still used to protect the walls from heat and rain. In that soft desert silence, the city feels ancient, majestic, and strangely peaceful. Socotra Dragon Blood Trees, Yemen. Socotra feels like the earth tried to dream in another language. At sunrise, the hills glow softly above a forest of dragon blood trees, their umbrella-shaped crowns spreading against the sky like strange green satellites. Below them, rocky ground rolls toward quiet valleys and distant blue sea, making the island feel both ancient and untouched. The wind moves gently through the branches, but the shapes remain still, almost ceremonial. Isolated in the Arabian Sea, Socotra has evolved like a world apart for millions of years. More than 1/3 of its plant life is found nowhere else on Earth. The closer you stand, the less familiar the island becomes. Dragon blood trees rise from pale stone with thick trunks and flat crowns, casting small shadows over a dry, rugged plateau. Beyond them, cliffs fall toward turquoise water, while red canyons and empty slopes stretch under a sharp desert sky. The tree gets its name from the dark red resin inside, once valued as medicine, dye, and incense. For local people, it is part of daily memory, not just a rare plant. Here, sea breeze, stone, and silence create a beauty that feels alien, sacred, and alive. Spotted Lake, Canada. Nothing about this lake behaves like ordinary water. In the dry hills near Osoyoos, Spotted Lake breaks apart into round mineral circles, glowing yellow, green, gray, and dark brown across a pale crust. From above, it feels like nature has left behind a coded message on the valley floor. The surface shrinks and changes through the season, revealing pools divided by white mineral walkways. This sacred silk site, known as Quililx, is protected as a medicine lake and cultural heritage place. At only about 700 meters long and 250 meters wide, it still feels strangely endless. By summer, the lake becomes almost impossible to look away from. Water evaporates under the heat, leaving hundreds of separate spots where minerals concentrate into shifting colors and textures. Some pools look bright and shallow. Others turn dark, still, and reflective near the edges. The Shilks Okanagan people have long regarded Quililx as a sacred healing place, and access is monitored to protect it. Many sources describe the lake as having around 365 naturally formed spots, each carrying its own visual character. If nature can create something this precise, what else are we walking past without truly seeing? Movile Cave, Romania. Movile feels like entering a place the surface forgot. Daylight disappears almost immediately, replaced by damp stone, low air, and the small trembling circle of a headlamp. Each crawl forward makes the cave feel tighter, not because it is loud, but because it refuses to reveal itself all at once. Water glints ahead like black glass, and the ceiling seems to press closer with every breath. Discovered near Mangalia in 1986, this cave had been sealed from sunlight for about 5.5 million years. That isolation turns the darkness into something strangely alive, not empty, but waiting. Deeper inside, the impossible begins to feel real. Pale creatures move through water that has never known the sun, while explorers follow thin beams of light through flooded chambers. Nothing here depends on forests, flowers, or daylight. Movile survives because bacteria feed on gases rising from the earth, building a hidden food chain in complete darkness. More than 50 animal species have been recorded here, many found nowhere else. The feeling is not simple fear. It is wonder with a cold edge. Down here, life does not ask for permission. It adapts, stays silent, and keeps going. Tsingy Rouge, Madagascar. Tsingy Rouge does not feel like a place you enter. It feels like a place you disturb. The red earth rises in thin, fragile spikes, so close together that each step seems to search for permission. Nothing here feels solid for long. Rain has cut the soil open, wind has sharpened it, and the sun turns the whole maze into a field of muted fire. Unlike Madagascar's harder limestone tsingy, this one is made from softer laterite and sandstone, which means the landscape is still changing. It is beautiful because it looks untouched, and mysterious because it may not look the same forever. Paths bend between red walls that seem too delicate to survive, yet they stand in their hundreds, glowing against dry hills and pale sky. The farther you walk, the less the place feels like scenery, and more like a secret process still happening under your feet. Near the Irodo River in northern Madagascar, water and erosion have slowly exposed this strange natural labyrinth. There are no grand temples, no carved gates, no human design to explain it. Just earth, time, and a red maze that feels almost alive. Mounsel Sea Forts, United Kingdom. The sea feels endless here, until the forts rise from it like forgotten giants. Rusted towers stand far out in the water, balanced on thin iron legs, silent beneath the grey sky. Around them, the green sea moves slowly, making each structure look both fragile and impossible. Their walls are scarred by salt, wind, and time, with dark windows watching the horizon. Built during the 1940s to defend Britain from wartime air attacks, the Mounsel Sea Forts once carried soldiers, guns, and radar. Now they stand alone in the Thames estuary, heavy with awe, solitude, and mystery. The closer they feel, the more unreal they become. Broken platforms, corroded railings, hollow rooms, and rust-stained walls reveal a place slowly being taken back by the sea. Inside, pale light falls through damaged openings, touching old floors, cables, ladders, and abandoned corners. Every surface seems marked by isolation, storms, and decades of salt air. These forts were once part of Britain's coastal defense network, but the sea also left tragedy here. In 1953, a ship collision at Norfolk killed 4 people. By sunset, their silhouettes turned black against the burning horizon, standing like silent witnesses to war, weather, and time. Dachiden Emerald Lake, China. Across the desert floor, green pools scatter like jewels spilled from the sky. Pale salt flats twist around them in silver-gray lines, cutting the land into islands, curves, and narrow strips of shore. Near the coast, steam rises where lava meets the ocean, as if the island is still being forged in front of you. Hawaii Volcanoes National Park protects landscapes shaped by both Kilauea and Mauna Loa, rising from Dachiden Emerald Lake lies in Qinghai's Kaidam Basin, more than 3,000 meters above sea level, where salt, minerals, and fierce sunlight turn empty land into color. Silence feels different here, brighter, wider, almost liquid. White salt crusts surround clear lagoons, while tiny figures, cars, and tents make the landscape feel enormous and strangely peaceful. Around 240 salt pools spread across this area, bending into heart shapes, long channels, smooth basins, and glowing patches of emerald water. In Hawaiian tradition, this is the realm of Pele, the volcano goddess, feared and honored. Once shaped by mineral-rich brine and salt mining, this plateau landscape has become a breathtaking maze of green lakes, where every pool looks like a separate piece of polished stone. Bivacco Buffa di Perrero, Italy. One mistake here would send your thoughts racing long before your body does. The route climbs through fractured limestone, across lingering snowfields, and over steel ladders bolted directly into the mountain. Every meter gained pulls the valley farther away until the world below begins to feel unreal. At times, it resembles a lake. At other times, it dries and cracks into hard, solid salt. Bivacco Buffa di Perrero stands at roughly 2,760 meters above sea level, offering only the essentials. Yet surrounded by silence and stone, that simplicity feels far richer than luxury. Huachachina Oasis, Peru. Jagged dolomite peaks stretch to the horizon, their pale walls glowing beneath shifting light, while deep valleys disappear into blue haze. Narrow ledges carve across vertical cliffs, leaving only rock beneath your boots and open air beyond. More than a century ago, soldiers moved through these mountains during World War I, enduring cold, altitude, and isolation in one of Europe's harshest battlefields. Today, the struggle is gone, but the sense of exposure remains. Standing here, suspended between earth and sky, freedom feels vast enough to touch. Qiantang River, China. The river does not flow here, it charges like a living wall. A lone figure on a dune and a distant camp make the emptiness feel larger, almost hostile. Broken platforms corrode. Heat seems to rise from below the crust itself. Place slowly being taken back by the sea. The Qiantang River is famous for one of the world's strongest tidal bores, where the incoming sea can rise into waves up to around 9 meters high. Between muddy channels, foaming edges, and trembling riverbanks, nature feels massive, ancient, and impossible to command. After dark, the crater stops being scenery and becomes flames climb out of blackness, flare against the walls, and throw human silhouettes into sharp orange edges. The rim glows like metal in a furnace, yet beyond it, the desert remains calm, with camels grazing under harsh sun and vehicles. For centuries, people in Hangzhou and Haining have gathered during the 8th lunar month to witness this force. Some waves can race faster than 40 kilometers per hour, making the river feel less like water and more like a warning from the sea. Lake Tilicho, Nepal. The first reward is blue so deep, it makes the exhaustion go quiet. Lake Tilicho rests between bare slopes and snow-bright peaks, its water held still like a secret at the top of the world. The trail before it feels harsh, dusty valleys, thin air, rough paths, and small lodges standing alone against the cold. Waterfalls drop from brown cliffs, prayer flags snap in the wind, and every step seems to ask for more breath. At about 4,919 meters above sea level, Tilicho is one of the highest lakes in Nepal, and reaching it feels less like arrival than surrender. Up here, peace does not feel soft, it feels earned. The mountains do not welcome you gently, they test you first. Sharp white summits rise over grey valleys, while the path cuts across loose rock, dry cliffs, and narrow crossings where the river burns blue below. The body grows tired here, but the mind becomes strangely clear. This route belongs to the Annapurna region, where trekkers move through high-altitude villages, glacial terrain, and weather that can change without warning. Then the silence opens again. Beyond the cold wind and aching legs, Tilicho waits like a piece of sky fallen into stone. Suddenly, every difficult step feels small beside that stillness. Hussaini Suspension Bridge, Pakistan. The first step feels like a dare thrown across the river. Hussaini Suspension Bridge hangs over pale blue water, its wooden planks spaced just wide enough to make every movement feel personal. Below, the Hunza River moves through a raw valley of stone, while the mountains rise in the distance, like walls closing around the sky. The bridge stretches for roughly 190 meters, held by cables that seem far too thin for the silence around them. On the banks, small paths, roadside huts, and tall trees make the place feel remote, but lived in. Fear arrives first, then the beauty follows. Out here, balance becomes a language. Each plank shifts underfoot. The cables tremble, and the river below makes the empty gaps feel even deeper. Across the valley, snow-covered peaks and dark cliffs keep watch over the crossing, turning a simple walk into something unforgettable. This bridge sits in Gojal, in Pakistan's Hunza region, where mountain communities have long depended on fragile crossings like this to connect villages across harsh terrain. In winter, the whole scene turns colder and sharper. The thrill never fully leaves, but by the middle of the bridge, awe becomes stronger than fear. Wadi Rum, Jordan. The desert feels too vast to belong to Earth. Red sand stretches between towering sandstone walls, swallowing jeeps, footprints, and camps until everything human looks temporary. Light slides over the cliffs, turning them gold, then bronze, then deep red, as the day fades. In narrow canyons, ancient markings still cling to the rock, quiet proof that people crossed this wilderness long before roads or engines. Wadi Rum has held human stories for more than 12,000 years, from nomads to traders to Bedouin families. Out here, silence does not feel empty. It feels older than memory. Distance changes meaning in Wadi Rum. A lone tree stands against the sand. Camels move slowly across the plain, and the cliffs rise like broken temples from another planet. The road disappears into heat, then returns between red walls where shadows gather early. Bedouin camps sit low beneath the mountains, offering tea, shelter, and a sense of life adapted to the impossible. This protected desert covers around 720 square kilometers in southern Jordan, shaped by wind, time, and sandstone. By sunset, the whole valley seems to breathe fire, and the horizon feels endless. Fairy Meadows Road, Pakistan. The road begins like a thin scratch across stone. Fairy Meadows Road clings to the mountain wall, barely wide enough for a jeep, with loose gravel falling away toward a grey river far below. Every bend feels exposed, every tire track pressed into rock that looks ready to crumble. The valley narrows, cliffs rise hard on both sides, and the silence makes the drop feel even deeper. This route is often described as one of Pakistan's most dangerous mountain roads, running roughly 16 kilometers from Raikot Bridge toward Tato village. Fear rides with you here, but so does wonder. The higher the jeep climbs, the smaller fear starts to feel. Dust rolls behind the wheels, the road twists over broken rock, and deep valleys open suddenly beside the door. At times, the path looks less like a road than a ledge carved into a cliff. Yet beyond the danger, the mountains keep pulling the eye upward. This journey leads toward Fairy Meadows, the gateway to Nanga Parbat, a giant rising 8,126 meters into the sky. After the rough ride, the landscape feels like a reward earned through nerves, dust, and absolute trust in the mountain. Qinghai Tibet Railway, China. The train feels like a thin line crossing the roof of the world. It passes from city edges into open fields, then into blue lakes, empty grasslands, and mountains brushed with snow. Red and blue locomotives cut through the plateau, small against skies that seem wider than anywhere else. At times, the railway runs beside water, so it looks frozen in thought. At others, it disappears toward distant ridges under heavy cloud. The Qinghai Tibet Railway stretches about 1,956 kilometers from Xining to Lhasa, carrying travelers into a landscape where silence feels higher than the mountains. Inside the journey, the world outside becomes almost dreamlike. Station lights glow in the cold night. Passengers sit quietly by blue seats, and beyond the windows, the Tibetan plateau keeps unfolding in long, empty waves of brown, gold, and gray. The tracks run across permafrost, bridges, and exposed plains where even a moving train feels humbled. Near Tangula Pass, the railway reaches around 5,072 meters, one of the highest points on any railway on Earth. Up here, the ride feels peaceful, but never ordinary. It is like gliding through clouds, while nature reminds you how small you are. Saltstraumen Stream, Norway. The ocean does not pass through Saltstraumen. It fights its way through. Beneath the long bridge, dark blue water twists into white scars, pulling foam into spinning circles that open and vanish within seconds. Boats leave sharp wakes across the surface, but the current keeps breaking the calm apart, folding the sea into ridges, whirlpools, and sudden boiling patches. Around the narrow strait, green shores and low islands look peaceful, almost too peaceful for such violence below. Every 6 hours, roughly 400 million cubic meters of seawater rush through here, making the whole channel feel like a breathing machine. From close to the water, the power becomes personal. Small boats ride near the edge of the turbulence, dwarfed by swirling blue-black currents that twist like something alive beneath them. Under the bridge, the surface gathers itself, tightens, then opens into circular pits rimmed with white foam. Saltstraumen is known as one of the strongest tidal currents in the world, with speeds that can reach about 20 knots. That number feels real when the sea begins to turn. It is beautiful, but never gentle, mesmerizing, but always carrying a warning. Angelita Cenote, Mexico. Something impossible waits under the green water. Divers sink through soft light, past bare branches and pale ground, until the cenote begins to look less like a cave and more like a drowned jungle. Below them, a white cloud spreads across the darkness, calm and haunting, like a river flowing where no river should exist. Angelita is famous for this strange layer at about 30 meters deep, created by hydrogen sulfide from decaying plants. In Mayan belief, cenotes were sacred openings to Xibalba, the underworld. Here, that ancient idea feels close enough to touch. The deeper silence has its own gravity. Lights move slowly through blue-black water, revealing twisted wood, rough limestone, and a floor that seems to fall away without warning. Divers hover above the milky veil, suspended between two worlds. Clear fresh water above and denser, saltier water below. Angelita drops to around 60 meters, which makes every descent feel serious, controlled, and unforgettable. Nothing here feels ordinary. It is peaceful, but not empty. Beautiful, but slightly unsettling. It feels immense, ancient, and alive beneath your feet.